before doing so, I'm going to tell you why I'm here. I'm here today to ask you for a can of beans, please. But I'm also here today to ask you for a little more. I'm asking you to look around you and to determine what social issue within our community you will lend your voices to. Let me share a story with you very quickly. In 2012, I was invited back to the British Virgin Islands for the 10th anniversary of the Tortola Toastmasters Club. If we travel back about 10 years prior to that, I had gone to the British Virgin Islands in 2003 on a contract. And there wasn't a Toastmasters Club there. And I decided, well, I need to get engaged in the community, and I'm going to find a vehicle to do it. And I helped to charter a club there. In 2012, that club was celebrating 10 years. And it struck me in November 2012 that it's very easy for each of us to create and leave a legacy behind. Shannon Alder says, carve your names on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched in the minds of others and the stories they share about you. I'm telling you today that with a can of beans, you can start create your own legacy. In 2013, for my high performance leadership project in the Toastmasters program, I decided I would do a food drive for the Salvation Army of Brampton. And with the support of 12 clubs within Mississauga and Brampton, we were able to collect over 2,000 pounds of non-perishable food items for the Salvation Army of Brampton. Let me tell you, there's nothing sardonic about poverty. Poverty is a silent killer. Poverty is a perfect storm. Poverty is the empty bowels of our communities. Let me share some things that I've learned over the last 2 years by lending my voice to this social concern. In Canada, according to a recent study, 840 people use food banks per month in this lovely country. And of that amount, just about a third are children. And of the households helped, about 50% of the families are families with children. In fact, the Salvation Army is running a lot of promos about getting assistance this time of the year. And there's something. 1.5 million children are going to school hungry. A can of beans, please, so that our children do not go to school hungry. Let us take it a little bit closer home. And this came out last week. According to the Ontario Association of Food Banks, the amount of new users of food banks increased to about 17,000 this year. That's about 20% from 14,000 last March. Of that amount, about the main cause for this, about 1.7 million people are in unsecured jobs. And of that amount, about 80% of those jobs are unsecured, are temporary jobs. But let us come a little bit closer into the Greater Toronto area, where visits in March last year was just about 1 million visits to food banks. And right here in Mississauga, where we are today, according to the Mississauga Food Bank, about 60,000 people receive food per month? A can of beans, please. But let us look at the people who are using the food banks. 1 in 7 are recorded as First Nations. Another 12% are immigrants or refugees, and another 12% are immigrants. So let me ask you, how many of you are immigrants? So some of the people receiving help are from our group. How many of you are on contracts? And some of the people who are receiving assistance are within our group. A can of beans, please. What is it that I'm asking you to do? Why am I really here today? I said to you earlier, Shannon Alderson, carve your names on hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched in the minds of others and the story they share about you. What story would you like others to share about you? In 2013, I managed to overcome my fear. This is a project that I've been sitting on for many, many years, wanting to help the food banks. But I just could not have the courage to do it. And in 2013, for my HPL, I finally found that courage to step forward, to decide. I finally decided I needed to make a contribution to my community. And with your help, I collected over 2,000 pounds of non-perishable food items. With that little step, I found the courage to go at it again this year, in 2014. And the goal for 2014 is 3,000 pounds. But it's not just a can of beans that I'm asking you for. I'm suggesting to you today, as I said before, there's absolutely nothing sardonic about poverty. There's nothing sardonic about women who are being abused in our society. There's nothing sardonic about the quality of employment for youth and others within our community. You are in Toastmasters. You are here because you want to improve your communication skills. Today, I ask you for a can of beans and a little more. Madam Toastmaster.